On this edition of the news, we'll talk about the Fan First Wednesday from Hasbro's livestream and all it reveals, the good, the bad, and the very confusing choices they made. All this and more coming up. Welcome to Usualmike Television, your home action figure news. Well, here we are, back, I'm back, ready to talk about the reveals. Since I'm a couple days late, I better make my list comprehensive. So, as we know, there was a live stream from Hasbro, and this time it had Eric and Jin, and they were supposed to have Emily on there. She was crook. No Patrick to be seen, so maybe he doesn't do these anymore. Ooh. Anywho, it was a real mixed bag. That's all I can say about it. People are like, there was... Well, let's start, okay? The day before the event, there was a Figure and Dan figure. There he is on the screen. Lovely, lovely. And while I was talking about him, they said, expect to see more of him. And I mean, more of him, what, like a 4-pack? Or like a 30th anniversary commemorative re-release tin collection? Something like that? Don't know. Or are they going to do a Cantina playset? And they're in the packaging. I don't know. Well, anyway, watch this space. More Figure and Dan. I did, however, see on yakfest.com, check them out, links down below, that there's a deluxe Nalanchiel, I think that's how you say his name, from the model nodes, including 3 pairs of hands, a stool, a band fill, whatever that is, an Amni box, whatever that is, drums, and drumsticks. So this will be in a big box. A deluxe box. They love doing the deluxe boxes because they can always charge more no matter how minimal they fill that box up. We'll talk about one coming up later on. But yeah, it's the year of the... Anyway, let's move on to some TVC. In TVC world, we have this lovely character here, the Mandalorian Super Commando Captain. And I thought it was a scaled down version of the Black Series one, which I brought for your eyes. Ooh. Now notice on this one, there's no Captain. There's no word of Captain on the packaging, but it is on the Vintage Collection one. It is like this one, Clone Wars packaging, because that's the only place you can kind of see him, unless he's in some comic book that I don't know about. Excellent. So that's a cool one to start with. Moving on to ARC Trooper Jesse. Now, ARC Trooper Jesse came in that 3-pack, and it's no surprise that eventually he will be single-carded. There he is. Some people want to see his face. It is what it is. Jesse is now coming to the Vintage Collection line on his own. The Mandalorian Death Watch Airborne Trooper. Now this one, I tried to mention it in my previous video and there was a bit of a wonky edit because I botched it up completely, trying to say there's a Mandalorian Death Watch and the Mandalorian Death Watch Airborne Trooper, and they're 2 different figures. You know, a lot of us are like, what? Anyway, this one here, have a look. Lovely, lovely. I like that card back. Very, very nice. And those 3 are all Clone Wars chase on the card. Very good. An unexpected chase was this one, Expanded Universe, Shae Vizsla. Now, the first thing I saw of her online wasn't that card back, wasn't that pretty face, was this image, and I'm like, what the hell is that? It turns out it was just her, and Hasbro's done it right by doing soft faces. That's why I said soft faces make beautiful women action figures. That's what you do, soft face. Perfect. I like this face. I know very little about this character. I know on the aftermarket this is a very hefty price to pay, so you guys who have been waiting to get this figure, now you'll have a chance without that. I think the debut sticker was on it originally. Shae Vizsla. Another character that was kind of out of nowhere, another Lando. Now, we have a lot of Landos that are peg warming. Maybe the Donald Glover version, the young Lando. This one in his glitzy Hawaiian shirt. I didn't know Hawaii was in Star Wars, but there it is. He's not even on a solo card. He's in Battlefront 2. And I was like, okay. So he's a Gaming Greats one. He's a Gaming Greats figure. It is colourful and vibrant, so it's kind of, you know, the yellow and the white pops really hard. So it's like, oh, this looks exciting. So it will get people buying the figure. You know, we've had some very drab and grey characters. This pops a little bit harder. So it may sell well. Another beautiful soft face. We're going to talk about the publishing series or publishing collection or publishing comic line, whatever they want to call it. I think they said it, Eric said it in the live stream exactly what it was, and I'm like, okay, we'll go with that. The Princess Leia. Look how lovely this figure is. amazing. Now, they haven't just ripped a head off something else and put it on that one. They've taken the time to make it right. This is very, very nice. This is probably the best thing of the day. Comes in that publishing style box. The box art looks nice. The figure is fantastic. The face kind of reminds me of the Jedi version of her, but this one looks a little bit different and a little bit, almost, I want to say, better. That is a winner. That's a winner. The next one ruffles some feathers with people. This one, Infinities, Darth Vader. Now, we've talked about him before because he's rumoured. Have a look at him. All in the white there. I believe it's exactly the same as, well, the carbonized version of him, just painted white. So I'm waiting for an Ochre Studios custom where he just paints one up white. And you won't need to buy it, but hey, if this is your thing and you've read the comic and you understand this character and why it exists and you like this version of Vader, I'm more than happy for you to get it. Doesn't tick any boxes for me. I've heard people call this the Moon Knight version of Darth Vader. The next one of these publishing series is Sergeant Krill. I think that's how you say his name, with the lightsaber. Just a stormtrooper with got a pauldron on. Okay, cool box art. And rounding out that set, as we know, we've already had revealed this lovely character here, Black Krrsantan. This is the first look at in hand, thanks to yakfest.com and Toy Hideout. Very interesting. Everyone was very, very vocal about their opinion on this character and how he looks. Next up, we'll talk about another 4-pack. It is the Death Troopers. Now, as you know, the Death Troopers come on the Rogue One card back and also in the Navarro Cantina. So if you want some more, you can buy a 4-pack. These aren't easy to get in Australia at all. Any of the 4-packs, I barely ever hear about them. I know Aussie Sci-Fi have had them listed online, but I believe you might be the only one. I struggle to see people posting photos in my country of any 4-packs. So thanks for that, Hasbro. Very cool, and the green eyes on the box make it pop, as we were told. Other Black Series reveals were the RC-1207 Sev. Now, I don't know this character. Kind of looks cool. Some people who are aware of who he is say he's not quite weathered enough. He's got some paint issues and, you know, he's painted in wrong spots. But I'll put him in the mural. Have a look at him there. Very cool. Kind of completes the whole set now. That's looking fantastic. I'm quite impressed that the Mandalorian line and the Gaming Greats line are two of the biggest lines. Yet, when it comes to the trilogy, so you've got the Star Wars figures, I think there's 3. The Empire, you've got 4. And then I believe the Jedi, you have 8. So, to see Mandalorian and the Gaming Greats lines extending right out there, it's amazing. Let me know your thoughts down below. Next up, Robot Leg Saw Gerrera. Now, this character here, deluxe figure once again, just because he's a little hefty guy and he got a few little bits and bobs, he's a deluxe. Really? A deluxe? Huh. Having said that, this is the first deluxe from the Rogue One lineup, and I believe this may be the final figure ever made, because who else is there to make? They've done everybody. Then again, they could just repack Krennic. One that I'm looking forward to that most of you probably aren't is the prototype CHEWIE. Now, as you know, up on my wall, I've got, you can't even see it in shot maybe, there's a Vader up there, and I love that character. I was too busy around the time to pick up the Boba Fett and the Stormtrooper. I'm going to try and buckle down and find one at some good prices. But the CHEWIE, I don't want to miss out originally, because once some of them hit the secondary market, whooshka, up goes the price. So I kind of want to collect that whole set, because there's a feeling inside me this might be the last one they ever do. But just don't take my word for it. They could bring in another half a dozen, I don't know. But 4 of them, I think that might be it. The time to call it a day on those. But CHEWIE, prototype, pretty cool. The card back is always better than the figure, but you don't open these up to play with. They are just a work of art. A pop art, if you will. There was a helmet reveal. Check this out. This is Trapper Wolf, Dave Filoni's character. Cowboy hat not included. Very cool. Got a couple of mates who collect helmets, so this is right up their alley. Now we move on to the pipelines. Ooh, I'm salty as for these ones, because there was nothing here that grabbed me and blew me away. You know, when we get leaks and sometimes, you know, secret reveals of, oh, this is coming, some of that hypes me. Some of that really hypes me. When these were like, huh? Really? I would have preferred to see more Christmas stuff. Anyway, Klatooinian Raider. good looking figure, come with the ATST. It's already been around, and all they're going to do is stick it on a card back. Hooray! Artillery Trooper is more or less a repaint of a regular Trooper, and they just throw in the mortar. It'll be on a Mando card, of course, also with a Klotonian Raider. Luke Mando. This could literally be a straight repack of Luke Jedi Knight from Return of the Jedi. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. And then the Dark Trooper, yeah, I wasn't too chuffed about the Black Series version, and now there's a vintage version. I know, it's each to their own. Another Mandalorian, so all of them are Mandalorian card backs. Wow. Then we move over to the Black Series. Oh, painful when we say Grogu's coming. Are they serious? Grogu's coming to the Black Series line. Grogu is in this pack. This pack. This pack. How many more Grogus do we need? There's the little tiny pack. No more Grogus. And the other one was Mayfield Season 1. Why didn't they do that originally? Why did they do Season 2 first? Because it was cheap and easy to do and use the same body for the Morak version of Din Djarin. So you just head swap them, but like, please. And there you've got him. Hopefully he comes with those fancy guns that are up around him. That would be terrific, but yeah. In the next month, I expect the Din Djarin Morak figure, the TVC one, to have a card back reveal. Still waiting on that. That was the one where the images we saw online and he's like half taken off his helmet. I expect it in the next month or so. Also, you may see in the live stream, they show available US, Canada, UK, and now Germany. Not once during the presentation do they mention Australia. And it's like a real big kick in the balls for us. Excuse my French. But it is, as Aussie collectors, we're like, what about us? Do we get a mention? I went and did a little bit of investigation. Aussie Sci-Fi, they have some of these listed, most of these listed in fact, on their website. And they are dropping in August. Whereas you guys in the US have them coming in winter, which kicks off in November, so a little bit earlier. This looks good. Thank you, Aussie Sci-Fi. Also, Bulletproof Villain. I don't know what happened to my Aussie Sci-Fi sticker. Bulletproof Villain. They've got a listing for most of these reveals as well. And also check out Goodies Toys. That will be probably listed on their site as well for all you Aussies. I'm sorry, rest of the world. I was just looking after my own for a few seconds there. Remember to buy what you like, buy what you can afford, and if you don't like one, move on to the next one. Thank you very much today. My name is Usualmike. I'll try and produce a few more videos. I've been very bogged down with work, as you may know if you're still like watching in this part of the video. Life has been very busy because I've been transitioned from this part where I used to be and operate to a town a long way away to work and operate, and I've been doing some very long hours, and it's taken its toll on me, and I don't get to produce enough videos for YouTube. I kind of, 9 to 5 comes first because that puts the food on the table for the family. YouTube is just a hobby that I do in my part-time, that I just love to talk to you guys about toys and interact in such a way that is enjoyable to the hobby that I love and that what you love as well. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed the presentation. If you'd like to support the channel, you can become a member by hitting the join button down below. You can also find the link in the description for the Amazon affiliates where you can buy something and a little bit helps out the channel, as well as the Redbubble store with links to my merch. If you'd like to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter at Usualmike30 or on Instagram at Usualmike TV. And if you haven't done so already, hit subscribe, tap the little bell for notifications, slap a like on this video if you've enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. All the best.